everybody? MTG Dad back for another one. Today we're going to be playing Iden Command, which is a super sweet deck that I think has gained a lot of traction recently, and it is super fun to play. So basically we're using Iden here and its ability for if an enemy unit was defeated, we can heal 1 damage from our base. So this subtly throughout the game adds up over time. Now there's definitely going to be times where you don't use the ability just because you want to hold the initiative to be able to do different things. So we're playing 3 Inferno 4. So when it's played, you can look at the top 2 cards. So this is just a really good way to dig for certain cards. And then when it's defeated, you can do the same thing and just kind of set up your next turns or set up what cards you're going to resource. So it's a super good card, super important. So a lot of these lists play the Lieutenant that comes in and gives your Imperial +2. I took that out and I'll explain my reasoning and why. I just wanted to be consistent with these. So later in the game, the Seasoned Shoretrooper becomes a 4/3, and that's not hard. We're gonna get to 6 resources almost every game. The Viper Probe Droid has 3 power, so I wanted to have 3 of those for sure because it's really good against aggro. Same reason for Shoretrooper, it's very good against aggro, and then the Shoretrooper has 3 toughness. So the Lieutenant that comes in, I can't remember what it's called, Snow Trooper or something. It's a 2/2, and it just doesn't feel like it's doing enough. So I just wanted to maximize the 2 drops that I like the most, which are these 3 right here. The Death Trooper is really sweet because it can set up knockouts or just knock things out by itself when it comes into play. It's a very good card, and there's a lot of games where I can just set up knockouts with Make an Opening, where I give something -2/-2 the following turn and gain life. It also sets up knockouts for Takedown, which is defeating a unit with 5 or less remaining HP, so it can kill a lot of leaders. Takedown is my preference in the main board over Vanquish, just because it's a little cheaper, and like I said, I can set up things very easily, and it feels very good having 3 of those. Power of the Dark Side is just a super awesome removal spell. I really like that spell, especially in this deck, because you can set it up to where you kill what you want to kill, and then they can have 1 unit left on the board, and Power of the Dark Side just takes it out. I already talked about Make an Opening a little bit. Make an Opening is really nice for gaining subtle life and just kind of being a bit of a tempo play, and setting up knockouts. Superlaser Technician and an Energy Conversion Lab obviously go well together. So we, a lot of games, that's what we're doing on turn 2, is just ambushing that in just to ramp up quicker. Consortium StarViper is for its restore. I find most games so far, at least, that I'm not using this card that often. Most of the time I'm resourcing it just because I have so many other spells that I'd rather play. But it definitely comes in handy sometimes, but most games I don't need it, and I just resource it. Resupply for ramp. Cell block guard I play 3 of because a lot of games I just want to find that with Vader, is to find that Sentinel. I think that new Sentinel that comes out is going to fit nicely into this deck because it goes great with Gideon, where I want to give it tokens, and then it gives itself tokens and combat damage, so it can just make it really strong. Vigilance is the card that I think is the game changer. So Vigilance comes into play in so many ways in so many games. So the biggest one is heal 5 damage from your base. So that's just a huge momentum swing, because by that time when we have 6 resources, because we're playing it for its 6 resource value because we don't have 2 blue in this deck, that it's just such a momentum swinger, because usually we're defeating a unit, sometimes we're giving a shield, and then we're always healing 5 from the base, just about 90% of the time. Occasionally we're going to discard 6 cards from an opponent's deck. That's come into play one time against a control matchup where I did it 2 or 3 times and I just milled them out, which was sweet. System Patrol Craft is a Sentinel in the air, which definitely comes into handy some games. I talked about Takedown. Takedown again is just cheaper than Vanquish, and it does make a difference because six mana is kind of our sweet spot. So having something where we on that 6 mana turn or resource turn we can play Takedown and a 2-drop. One of these 2-drops is really nice. Gideon is amazing. It's one of my favorite cards in this list, and I bumped it up to 3 as I was playing because of its ability to just take over the game. Gideon can come in and ambush. It's very good to ambush him with Energy Conversion Lab, and then it's just then after that we're just like spreading out experience tokens. We're just killing everything and spreading out experience tokens. Gideon with Overwhelming Barrage is absolutely disgusting. If we kill 2 or 3 things, we're getting 2 or 3 experience tokens, and we're preferably spreading those out. Against aggro, we can just stack them all on Gideon and just make Gideon a monster that swings in for 12, 13 damage. Such a super fun card. As I was playing this deck, I was just like, why is there not 3 of these? Every game, it just felt super relevant because as the game goes on, which is what we're doing with this list, it just becomes more and more powerful. And so a lot of games, like when you have flipped over Iden, you're just, and you have a Gideon out, like you're just, and preferably you're playing Gideon a turn before Iden, if you can find it, of course. And then when you flip into Iden, the turn after that's when you're going to be playing like a Barrage or a Vigilance or Power the Dark Side or Takedown or whatever. And Gideon just, and you're attacking in to kill things. And Iden comes in with a shield, so that's a really good way to kill things too. So you're just pumping up everything, and it just becomes too much for your opponent. Darth Vader doing Darth Vader things. Most of the time I'm either getting the Seasoned Shoretrooper or the Cell Block Guard from Darth Vader. And that's another reason why I play 3 of this, because I want to make sure I hit it, because at that point we already have 6 resources, so I want to make sure we get a 4-3 on the board. Occasionally we're getting the Inferno if we need to in the air. Reinforcement Walker's super fun. Definitely just when you get that card out, usually you're going to win the game. You're either gaining 3 life or drawing a card every turn. Just a lot of fun. Like this deck is so much fun. Like these big drops in this deck, like the Gideon, the Darth Vader, the Reinforcement Walker, and the Avenger, and then being able to put experience tokens on any one of these 3 with Gideon is just so good. Like it makes them so difficult to deal with. Avenger is just that space unit that just once it gets on the field, like when you play it, an opponent has to sacrifice a creature, and when you attack, an opponent has to sacrifice a creature. So by that point, like unless they remove it immediately, somehow with a Vanquish or I can't even think of other removal that kills that thing. And then if I have a Gideon out, like they're not going to be removing that thing very easily. So, and then on top of that, I can protect it with a shield with Vigilance. So this list is super good, super fun. I think it has good matchups across the board. Sideboard, we have a couple of Vanquish just for those bigger things like Avenger, Reinforcement Walker, as it defeats a non-leader unit, and Darth Vader, Luke's, all those kind of stuff for those matchups. So we're probably bringing that in against like Boba Fett. Ruck is a really sweet card. I like it against aggro just to like swing in, kill a thing, and then shield itself with the Energy Conversion Lab. It's a sweet thing that you're able to do, where you're able to ambush in, take the damage, and then shield yourself afterwards. So it's really good against aggro. Traitorous is very good against aggro. Count Dooku, I think, it's more of like a mid-range card for me, but I could see you bringing it in against aggro and taking out like Avenger, just because Avenger's a little bit slower. Devastator is definitely for more of those mid-range and controlling matchups, because it's a Sentinel with Overwhelm, and then it does 10 damage when it's played to another unit, then overwhelms. So it's a super sweet card. Like I said, in general, aggro is pretty much like it's a very favorable matchup. Boba Green, is Boba Green, but I think that's a favorable matchup. I wouldn't say very, but I would say favorable. The toughest matchups, I would say, are like Leia, because of its action ability and just overwhelming you with too many units and too much pressure with Rebel Assaults and action abilities and things like that, and getting too many units on the board. I mean, if we don't hit the barrage those games, I think that's when we lose that matchup. Or if we don't hit vigilance. But, you know, that's why Sentinels are so important. That's why the Viper Probe Droid with the 3 power is important. The Shore Trooper is important for its 3 toughness, so we can survive and take a hit. The Death Trooper is important because we put 2 damage on a thing and have 3 power and 3 toughness. So, you know, it's definitely a very winnable matchup, but that's the tougher one. I'd still say that that's favorable, though. Harder matchups, I would say, are like probably Control. You know, I haven't played a ton against Control with this, but I would say that those are harder because if I don't get enough units on the board, then Control can kind of take over. Palpatine can take our big units like our Vaders, our reinforcement walkers. I'm sure Krennic have some difficulty. Darth Vader is definitely tough because it's pinging us every turn and then also removing things, so that can add up quickly. But trying to think if there's anything I didn't talk about here. Just kind of give you another look at the list. It's a super fun deck. Like if you haven't tried out Iden, this is one of my favorite decks to play. So much fun. I've always been a Control player, and this feels just like very similar to a ramp control-y deck that I was playing in Magic, where I've been playing, honestly. It's very similar play style, where you're ramping into these giant units and then just like taking over the game with board wipes and removal. So it's a super fun way to play the game if you haven't tried it. And the life gain is sweet. Like there's a lot of games where you can literally be back at 25 health by the time the game's over. Like it happens often. I would say 2 out of every 10 matchups against aggro, it happens. From my experience against AI, let's just say that. I don't know how that goes in person. Probably not as much, but just the fact that you're even getting close to full health and winning the game is crazy. So I think this is one of those decks, again, as we get more cards that help control, this deck's going to get even stronger. Like I said, that Sentinel, the new Sentinel is gonna fit in here nicely. And I can't wait to see what other new cards come into play. But let's get into some games and see how this deck performs. All right, I turned off the sound just because there's no way to turn it down, which is silly. It's either on or off. Okay, this hand is not great. We have no ramp and a bunch of expensive stuff. I just want to have like a turn 1 play and 2 ramp. Have none of those again. The cell block guards are good, I guess, to slow them down. Barrage is pretty good, making openings not bad. I think I'm just gonna do this though. This is a weird start. I've been testing this match out a lot, and I have. Well, there you go. I was about to say I've not had any problems, but let's just see how this awkward hand goes. Okay, well they didn't get a resupply, so that's always good. We have 5, we can play that now. We're opening. That seems good. At this point I'm saving the walker. Just want to play 2 things this turn. Let's do this before he can attack. Gain 2 life, okay. We can figure out what our next 2 cards are going to be. That's fine, we'll just get rid of the Consortium and play the Vigilance probably. Or we can play Consortium cell block and set up an Overwhelming Barrage. Either way, I like those cards. Okay, they're not doing a lot right now. I think this is a turn where we can... Yeah, let's just take the... Okay. Alright, do we want this? Is there a reason we would want this right now? Or do you want to just play something else? The Walker is a good card. We could give a second shield unit to Iden, which doesn't feel bad. Because this is the Boba turn. That seems pretty good. So let's actually just plan to do that. Go here. Take our 3. Let's go here. Could play the cell block card and force this to attack into it, and it dies. Doesn't seem bad either. But I think let's just do what we talked about doing. Okay, so sweet. That's exactly. That's fine. Okay, so do we care about the shield? Definitely healing 5. We could just kill this thing. Yeah, let's just kill. Oh, yeah, let's just kill that. Okay. Sure. I don't think we need either of these. I mean, another barrage is never bad. I love this card. This card's so sweet. Just attacking with Iden since we have an advantage in life right now, so we get to get the initiative. Oh, ouch. It's a good card to find. Okay, so now we have no units on the board, which isn't the greatest feeling. So we can put these 2 down. Sacrifice 1 barrage, I think. Play cell block. Play this 4-3. Could have actioned that in, probably wouldn't have been bad. Okay. Still feels good. Take an initiative. Okay, there's some good cards. Maybe we just play Vader. I don't want to get rid of the barrages, so or the reinforcement walker here. So we're just gonna play Vader. And kill Boba. Cell block card is the card we want. So that Crafty has to attack into it. Biggest card we're worried about is the Fed's Fire Spray, which they do not have right now. Okay, we can just barrage their board, so they have 2. So we're gonna have 7, so we can kill most of their board. Also play that too. We can kill their whole entire board. So we get 2, 3, 2. Play that. Okay. Sweet. So we go 7 damage. So we go 2, 3, 2. 2, 3, 2. Then we gain our life in case they play something else. Oh, okay. Attack in with Vader. Attack in here. Attack in here. And I mean, we don't even really need the make opening, right? Sure. Yeah, so this matchup is actually very good for this deck. I win this matchup the majority of the time. I would say 80%. But I mean, again, we're talking about AI, but it feels favorable either way. So let's play Barrage on Vader. Let's go 3, 4. We don't care about that. Play this. Just to wipe the board. We just attack and win the game. So a lot of these matchups I can actually get back up to 25 health against Boba Green, which feels very good. So I definitely think that this, if you can beat Boba Green consistently, then you're playing a deck that has a chance to win the whole tournament. So just because the majority of the decks that are being played right now are Boba Green, so for that reason alone, I would consider this deck. The other reason that I would consider this deck is so much fun. It's like, it's just got so many sweet cards. Overwhelming Barrage with Gideon is just nuts. Like, every time you kill an opponent's unit, you get to add an experience to one of your units, and you can like spread those out or stack them depending on the matchup. Such a sweet combo. And then Vigilance is disgusting. This card is so good in this deck. It should have been in this deck from day one. Just, there's every one of those options is good. Like discarding 6 cards from your opponent's deck is really good against control, because you can just mill them out essentially. Healing 5 damage is great for aggro. Defeating a unit with 3 or less HP is great for aggro. Giving a shield is very relevant a lot of times. So, just a sweet deck. I really enjoy this deck. Here we are playing against a Palpatine deck that recently got second in a big tournament. I think with like 40 plus players. Again, our hand is not the greatest. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that at all. A little better. Still extremely awkward. Guess we're getting rid of the two of the slower things. I hate to get rid of this card. This card's so nuts. But Reinforcement Walker's card draw and life gain, so okay. Gives everything that costs 6 or more ambush. Can just get rid of that. No, we just got another one. Sweet. So we're just ramping up this game. That's all we're doing. We do not care. Make an opening can go. We're just gonna play more ramp so we can drop down Vader next turn. Basically what? This is gonna be a turn 3 Vader. Well, that was sweet too. No, I'm not giving them any land. I'm sorry, is this turn 4 Vader? Sorry. Turn 3 Iden, which is good. So this matchup's going very well just because we got double resupply. Power of the Dark Side's pretty good, so we're gonna hold on to that. Against once they have like bigger things out. Let's just attack first. They're at 6. If they play a ground unit, we'll ambush it in. Okay. Sure. Okay, we have lots of options. Subblock Guard's pretty good. I think Subblock Guard's... Superlaser Technician's not bad, but we're almost there to 9 anyways. So we'll just go with it. I usually look for Subblock Guard most games. Just, that's, you know, just slows down my opponent, but they haven't done anything to us this game, so. Wow, we have so many sweet spells. Like, our hand is full of amazing cards. What did they name here? I don't know what they named. Does it not tell me? Oh, he named Gideon Hask. Okay. Sure, I guess. Probably get rid of one of those because we're about to drop the Avenger. Alright, we're just gonna go face. There's no reason to play around with a regional. Okay, now they have a Sentinel. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with that. Let's just get the Reinforcement Walker down. Sure. Okay. Nope, I'm not attacking here. No, we don't need that. We're just playing Avenger here. to sacrifice a creature. Okay, served its purpose. Now we're just going to attack and kill that. Ooh, Vader themselves, okay. Nice. Okay, why did they kill their own Vader? I will never know. Yep, draw on that. Palpatine takes our reinforcement marker. Awesome. Don't care about that. We're just going to take the initiative. Palpatine is hard, for sure. Don't need that. We're at 10. So we can attack first, get them to sacrifice something. Okay, sweet. Palpatine doing a lot of nothing to us. Alright, so we play... I think we just try to go wide, right? Yeah. Play Shoretrooper for 4/3 and Subwalk Guard. Oh, we could just play this, right? I mean, that's usually pretty good. That's a Sentinel. Okay, let's just go wide. More Sentinels. Okay. Gain a little bit of life since we lost priority. We were at a whole priority that whole game. Don't need that. That's a good card. Unfortunately, it's not doing anything here. If we got an Overwhelming Barrage, that'd be nuts right now. I mean, either way we win by attack. Well, no, I'm sorry, they have a Sentinel. Can we do anything about that? That's 6/6. We can do this. Give it a shield. They have 2 Sentinels on the board, so we can give a shield token, heal 5 damage. Yeah, so here's what we do here. We just attack in. Okay, we attack in with this, kill it, and he sacrifices the other thing, which is amazing. Consortium StarViper. Okay, I didn't want to play it anyways. Yeah, this card is so much fun to play. To 16. We can't play that. Play make an opening, but that's not doing anything. Yeah, they've been holding on. Okay, there's a good card. Takedown's good. Well, we don't care about the Viper anyways. Okay, there's another answer. Still doesn't deal with the Avenger though. Yeah, Avenger's just an amazing card. So we're gonna pull that one out. That was ended up being a little tougher. We could have started vigiling and just making them discard 6 cards because they're getting a little lower as those games tend to go on. But yeah, the Palpatine turn is always difficult to deal with. It always catches me off guard. I haven't played against this deck. Playing against green Sabine here. Again, this matchup usually goes pretty smooth as long as our hand is not janky. No, I think we're gonna have to get rid of Avenger. It's a little too slow. Or one of the Death Troopers. Yeah. Consortium's not bad, but I like Vigilance better, and I want all the other cards for this matchup. So we're gonna... No, we're not gonna do that. How did they not play anything last turn? We could do a soft pass. They gotta play something right now, right? Okay, there we go. so now we can play Gideon. That's not bad either. This isn't bad either. So we can go make an opening, kill that, or play Gideon. I'm gonna play Gideon this turn. I can do make an opening Death Trooper next turn, or Vigilance. Overwhelming Barrage would be really nice right now. Yeah. Avenger's nice. I think we're gonna play make an opening doesn't kill anything anymore because of this. Could play this and give ourselves a shield. Gain 5 life. We could kill something here too. Let's just kill something. Heal 5, defeat a unit. Get one of these, give him a token. Okay, we're gonna bring out Iden here. And attack with Iden first because it's shielded. Alright. He put that on the green square. Nice. Let's kill this. We're gonna kill it, so. Yes. We're gonna make Gideon really strong. This is gonna be a hard one to survive. We have to kill this. Gain more experience, yeah. Okay, so they're gonna swing in for 5 before we can do anything. We're at 7. Okay, we can play this, gain a little bit of life, get that off, gain some more life. That's annoying. Definitely, we could have saved Iden there, which wouldn't have been the worst idea, to be honest. Alright, we're gonna play this now. To block their attacker. Attack in for 10. Pathfinder's not great. Take initiative. We are at... Okay, Vigilance is perfect timing. So we're gonna be at 6 and 2. So I don't think we need Death Trooper. So we attack in with Gideon for 10. Or do we just power the dark side? That's tough. Actually, I'm gonna not take my chances and I'm gonna play Vigilance. And I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah. This becomes a 4/5. Yeah, not enough. Just give it to Gideon. Okay. And then play that. Okay, Echo Base Defender. We are so close to dying. Okay, let's just attack. Gain some more life. Just make Gideon a monster. It's a 12/12 with 7 damage. So we just take over the game here. All these cards are good. Doesn't matter which one. That game was a little closer than I expected. But they just kind of they got the counters on at the right time when I was about to do some things to take over earlier. So that was a much closer game than usual. Usually those games are a lot more one-sided. But yeah, again, I really want to have a 2-drop on turn 1. So far, I'm feeling like I might want one more 2-drop because all 3 games now I've had weird hands. But I really like Del Mico. It's just a weird tech card. It's kind of like if it makes the resupply turn awkward, and so they have to wait a turn to play resupply, or any events for that matter cost one more. So it just feels really nice to get in on turn 2 to play Del Mico and force my opponent to have to spend an extra resource to play some of their events, and they can't play it on curve. So just like it's a big tempo swing, and not to mention it has restore, and with restore 1, that subtle life gain is how we win the game. That's what we're doing. So it makes a lot of sense in this list. So I haven't, I'm not cutting it yet. Okay, up against Leia Beatdown here. This is my particular version, so it has the 5 extra health. And I did just adjust it a little bit to make it even more aggressive, so we'll see how this one goes. I would imagine this is probably one of the worst matchups just because of its ability. I like the cell block guard. I really do. I mean, Power of the Dark Side's not bad. Sentinel's not bad. I guess we're gonna keep it. Oops, I guess we're not, because I accidentally pressed the wrong button. I think that was a better choice. Alright, let's give it a takedown. Barrage is really good against them. Power of the Dark Side's not so much, because they're gonna have so many units. Resupply and Dark Side. No, I don't think we want another resupply. I think we can afford maybe one turn with a resupply, potentially. Especially because they have a flyer. I don't need that. So we're going to play the resupply here. Fleet Lieutenant. Yeah, they're able to hold the initiative so much better. Or to play a cell block card here. I think we just play the cell block card. Ramping is not always great. 2-3 versus 1-3, okay. So we can kill that next turn. Another cell block card's good. I think we're gonna... I mean, honestly, we want to find that card consistently, so... We're already at the barrage turn. Yeah. Okay. We're definitely behind, but... Yeah. They want to keep the initiative here. No, because we want a barrage. Barrage only doing 5. And they have to attack into this. Yeah, we kind of do want to keep the initiative. Yeah. That's a good card too. Gideon's not bad here. So we can ambush and kill this thing and make it stronger. That seems pretty good. Takes 0 damage. Make this a 4/4. Also seems good. Yeah, I love Gideon. Raid is bad. Okay, let's just do this. Oh, it has Saboteur, okay. Leia doesn't though. Doesn't have raid now. Nice. Do 5 damage to Leia. Does that really matter? This matters. I love Gideon. Gideon is amazing. Good God. Gain experience. 5 damage. I don't think it matters. Just give that. No, that's not bad at this point, but we're probably still gonna just barrage. Yeah. Yep. So he's at 4. Okay, we can get rid of 1 Vader here. Just play Power of the Dark Side. Echo Base. Play Resupply, sure. Okay. Action ability. Gain some life. Action ability. Yep. Attack with this since it just loses a shield. Gain experience. Make this a 5/5. Attack. Kill this because it can stop us from healing. Experience. Awesome. And this is where we take over the game. So we have either Overwhelming Barrage or Darth Vader here. For right now, we're just going to attack into their face. They have all flyers, so we are going to Barrage to take that out. And 10 damage, do 5, boom, 5, boom. Gain experience, heal damage, gain experience, heal damage. Gain experience, boom. Attack in with Gideon for 12. Nice. And we pretty much have this one locked up now. So we just play the Avenger, they sack, yeah. And that gives us the 13, the magic number. But just for shits and giggles, we could make it 14. Gain experience, heal life. We're at 6, 12. So we need... Actually, we're not there yet. Well, we could have been there. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We'll just do 11. Yeah, it's because we had Barrage last turn. Okay. Wow. Do a double Barrage. We didn't even need to do the barrage, but sure. 11 damage. Gain experience. Let's attack here and cause them to sacrifice it. Gain experience, heal damage. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Gideon is awesome. I love Gideon. Gideon's so good that I almost want a third one. And you can see why, like these games right here where I just like take over the board with Barrage and Gideon and then get to like, I didn't even play Vader because I didn't need to because I was just barraging and killing things. Yeah, it's so good that I honestly might put a third one in. So there's another example of how this deck just destroys aggro. It takes over at a certain... Okay, so up against Sabine yellow this time, which is getting a little more popular. Hand looks good, so we can get rid of one of these. I like the barrage. Trying to decide Death Trooper or figure out my draws for this card. I think I'm gonna go here. I think it's just more important to have ground units against them. Because even though they do play flyers, it's definitely more... Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. Well, I think Avenger's a little too slow right now. So we're gonna definitely action in and kill the Benthic. Resource so we can barrage next turn if need be. They still have 3, so we can go ahead and gain a life here. Fighters for Freedom. I'm just gonna take the initiative here. Make an opening's not bad, or at least one of them. Wish we had another 2 drop. Could make an opening, makes this a 1/2, and then we can kill it. I think that's honestly the better thing to do this turn. Well, that doesn't help, now does it? Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So it did work out. Let's go ahead and do this. Heal. Okay, they got Sabine. Take the initiative. Okay, so now we get Iden. Okay, they went to kill that. Interesting. We could kill things this turn. That seems pretty sweet. Subblock Guard and Death Trooper. Yeah, that kills that. We play the Death Trooper. Do that. Fleet Lieutenant. Wonderful. Then we can swing in here. Well, first let's get some life. Play the leader. Let's kill the Fleet Lieutenant. Pass. Takedown's good. We're at 7. Oh. We could play another Death Trooper here. Yeah, we could play Takedown and Death Trooper. Yep. So we play Takedown and get rid of that. Okay, take our 2. We play this. Damage it, kill that. Boom. Sentinel, we don't. Do we care? No, we don't care. I think at this point I do not care. I'm just gonna outpace them. I think we've stabilized. Now we have a barrage. We're a Vader, so. Barrage for 6 is not bad. Or just play Vader here. And then barrage next turn. Okay. Seasoned Shoretrooper. Let's kill that. Take our 1. Attack in here. Sabine. Attack in. I mean, yeah, doesn't really matter at this point. Oh, there you go. So, I mean, all these aggro matchups go very similar. That was an odd choice. But either way, it's like a, very much so, you know, we just become too big for them to deal with. I'm not really sure what they're doing here. Just trying to take away our threats, I guess. Just to see what they do. I'm just gonna not win the game yet. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I just want to be able to play this card like all the time. Gideon. There's the Gideon. Let's play Gideon so we can do fun stuff. Alright, we're gonna do 2. And how much more damage do you have to use? 8. Okay. 8. Heal damage, gain experience, heal damage, gain experience. Boom, boom. And then we attack in, and we attack in for a bunch. Gain experience, boom. Swinging for 13 damage. Almost got back to full life. Yeah, I added in the 3rd Gideon. Feels too good. I'm not taking it out. It's too much fun, and it just makes the deck so much stronger. Just being like, because everything you're doing is either killing units or gaining life. So like, when you can flip Iden and make Iden not the focus, or even shield Iden with vigilance just to keep it alive longer after the Iden turn and after you kind of swing the momentum, and you can get a Gideon out, like maybe the turn before even, you can just start like stacking tokens and just sit. You don't even need to attack with Iden. Just have it sit there and just gain life over and over again while you just wipe their board. It's a lot of fun. Playing against another control matchup here. This one feels a little more difficult than Palpatine just because Vader is constantly doing damage to us. No, I like our hand. So Subblock Guard's good. It's not that good though. So Stormtrooper, yeah, Death Trooper's not that good because they are going to damage us consistently. Ouch. Yeah, this matchup's not the easiest. Ooh, okay, we get rid of one Gideon resupply here. Okay, that's always nice, right? When they don't do anything useful. Superlaser Technician is good. Yeah, because we can kill it. So what are we getting rid of here? These are all good cards. I guess Sellbot card. I've already used 2 of these. It's just not the greatest feeling. Alright, so the next unit they play, we can power the dark side it. Yep. Sweet, that was a good turn. Still squeezed another one in there, huh? Nope, don't want to do that. Let's take the initiative. Again, all good cards. The problem with this matchup is we want to have more than one unit on the board, and we are not finding that right now. I guess we could do that with Vader. I really don't want to get rid of any of these things. Let's play Vader and get more units on the board. Okay, Gideon, Lieutenant, okay. Alright, now we're gonna action ability. I guess we could have done that last turn, but what I've found is I don't want Iden to be the only unit on the board, because then they can easily take it out. So he took out our shield, right? Yeah, we can kill it too with Iden, that's fine. Okay. Ooh, all good cards. Gideon's great. So we can Gideon Darkside here. Or we're almost at Avenger too. Okay, so what am I resourcing here? Do I want to do the Gideon Darkside thing and get an experience? I definitely want to play Gideon. I want to go as wide as possible. I don't want to get rid of Vigilance, but Barrage is just better. I think Vigilance is not as great right now. They haven't put a big dent in our health, and Shield, you know, they can still kill things around Shield. And then Shield's not doing that much because they can just ping it. So I think it's Vigilance. Opponent's turn, okay. So we play Gideon. Okay, then we, I think we attack with Vader. Take out their Gideon. Heal 1 damage. We put this on our Gideon. So they're trying to kill our Vader. Play Darkside. Heal 1 damage. We're gonna put one on Vader just to make it a little harder for them to kill Vader. And then next turn, we are going to just destroy them. Death Trooper. Why didn't they do that on Vader? But okay. Do I want Barrage here? Or Avenger? Vader's got 8 health. Let's just get Avenger down. Yeah. Pump that up. Okay. And Vader's swinging for 6. We're swinging for 7 here. Let's go here first. Vader's at 2 life. They're gonna kill Vader anyways, so let's just... I mean, does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna barrage everything next turn. So doing 2 to Avenger. Interesting. Okay, we can double barrage. Ouch. I mean, do 8 here. And 2 there. Gain experience. Does it matter? I don't think it does. Avenger's so good. Boom. 13 damage. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, so I mean, against a deck like this, you just want to go get as many units on the board so that they can't focus on just taking things out over and over again each turn, and then you can eventually take over the game with your removal. With, again, Gideon, doing Gideon things. Feels very good that I added in the third one. Saving our Vader, making it harder for them to kill Vader. Although they started focusing on Avenger for some odd reason. But, you know. Yeah, so overall, like, the changes I made throughout playing felt really good. The third Gideon felt great. If there was any changes at all I would make, I don't think there is. I think I love this list where it's at. I love the cards in the sideboard for certain matchups, depending on, all those are like very matchup specific and depending on what my opponent is playing in their list. But this deck is very well rounded. I think if anything, you could add in maybe a couple more things in the sideboard for control. Not really sure what though. That's maybe like a restock or a search your feelings, just so you can be like search for specific cards. Those are something you could definitely do. If I was gonna do that, I'm not really sure what I would take out because like I said, I really like each of those cards in the sideboard. They all have purposes in multiple matchups, just depending on what my opponent's playing. So, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really love this deck. This is definitely one of my new favorites. Like I said, it fits my play style of a deck I was playing in Magic. Like I've been playing that deck a lot, so this deck is definitely a deck I will be playing more of and continue to tweak. Right now, I don't think there's much to tweak. I think when the new cards come, that's when I'll be tweaking it and focusing on changing it around a bunch. Or not a bunch, but the MVPs of this deck, there's so many. It's kind of like, in a lot of ways, it's like Boba Green. Like there's so many strong cards. I mean, you're obviously Energy Conversion Lab, and Vader. Avenger is absolutely disgusting. Reinforcement Walker is so much fun. Barrage is amazing. I would say it's between like Vigilance and Barrage because of the units and the things that happen. Those two cards are just game breakers. They definitely swing the game when you get those cards. I mean, having 2 cards in your deck that swing the momentum that much for 5 and 6 resources, it's crazy. And then after you've played one of those cards to swing the game, then you're playing Vader into Reinforcement Walker into Avenger, and it's and you saw several of those games, like what Gideon was able to do. Like just Gideon's insane. That is one of the coolest cards I've played yet. Just once you get into a rhythm with it and like you're figuring out how to use it correctly, and then you're gaining that life with Iden, and it's like Iden's not even the threat anymore. Like you're Gideon and Darth Vader and Reinforcement Walker are the threats. Iden's just sitting there gaining you life. That's the 4/4 is not the threat anymore. It's the giant units that you're playing. So much fun when you're able to flip the game and flip the momentum, turn the corner, whatever you want to call it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please, leave any feedback. I definitely got a lot of feedback about the Mandalorian deck that I made. Apparently, people like to talk about new cards, but they don't want to see you play new cards for some reason. It's like it's okay to make a video talking about the new cards, but how dare you play a deck with the new cards? I'm still gonna do it anyways. I don't care. So if you don't like those videos, just don't watch them. But um, for me, it just helps me get ready for when those new cards come and be prepared and already have ideas in my mind. So I'm gonna keep doing what I like to do. But as always, y'all have a good one and peace out.